Hey everybody, John Foss, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Very excited to be talking to the one, the only Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're talking about his show, which is now starting the second season. It's called Straight Up Steve Austin, Mondays on the USA Network. Stone Cold, tell us about the show.
Man, it's just basically Straight Up Steve Austin is a moving, driving, activity-driven talk show where I hang out with my guests. We do different activities, either based on their background or my background, and I get to know them, and we talk about what's going on and maybe their path to success.
Every episode, you have a new celebrity on the show. Who are we going to see in season 2?
On season 2, we got Luke Combs, who's on fire, Ice-T, who's been around forever, one of the OGs, Bert Kreischer, Tiffany Haddish, she's on fire, Steve O, Joel McHale, Brett Favre, and one of my friends, Charlotte Flair.
Okay, I will say, as I'm talking to you from Minneapolis, lifetime Vikings fan. You're talking to Favre, Brett Favre?
Yeah, man, it was a blast. We went down to Mississippi and had a real good time. And, of course, you know, Brett and I are almost the same age, so I've watched his entire football career. And to get a chance to hang out with one of the GOATs was a thrill.
What did you guys do on the episode?
Man, we rode around back roads, went fishing, and shot some bows. Something I think that kind of what we've both been doing for a long time. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with the show, whether it's an activity that I'm used to or my guest is used to, and we get a chance to kind of exchange worlds or combine worlds. So hanging out with Brett was pretty easy because we pretty much have the same background.
I saw the episode with Rob Riggle, and you guys are taking out a Abrams tank and running over cars, which is amazing. I would love to do that. What would you say is your favorite episode so far that you've been able to shoot?
Man, I think I enjoy something from all of them. I don't want to name a specific episode, but in each one, man, whether we're driving a vehicle or we're doing an activity, I've always been able to drive anything on wheels, or if it's on water, you know, I can drive it and operate it. And some of the activities, whether it's shooting bows, throwing axes, or playing darts or driving stuff, man, I have fun on every single episode, and that's the truth. But to your point about the Rob Riggle episode, it's not every day that you get a chance to get into a big-ass tank and run over a bunch of cars. So that does kind of stand out.
Yeah, that was amazing. And a lot of people say, even within professional wrestling, I believe Vince McMahon said that you were the best wrestler of all time. Who would you say, in your mind, is the best wrestler of all time?
Well, I think when he says that, maybe it's a popularity thing, because I think the best wrestler of all time, just as far as start the bell, hit the bell to end the match, as far as performance goes, I don't think there's anybody that's ever been better than Shawn Michaels. My personal favorite, as far as GOAT status, the greatest world champion in the history of the business, is Nature Boy Ric Flair. And I think that's kind of a consensus among me and many of my peers regarding both those two names.
Was there somebody coming up before you got into wrestling, like as a kid back in the day, that stood out as far as like a role model or somebody that was your favorite as a kid?
Well, you know, when I was, growing up in South Texas, I saw Dusty Rhodes on Houston Wrestling, and that's what inspired me to want to be in the business. Of course, when I got a football scholarship to North Texas State University right outside of Dallas, we were in Von Erich territory. So watching the Von Erich boys, specifically Kerry and Kevin, those guys, I don't know about role models, but those guys were rock stars back in the day, and the state of Texas, gods. So I really looked up to those two guys, along with, you know, a wild man named Bruiser Brody, who was also in the territory and just completely destroyed and, you know, scared everybody to death because of, you know, what he did in the ring.
Who's the better football player, you or The Rock, in your prime?
Well, we both played college football. He played at the University of Miami. I played at North Texas. At the time, we were Division II. So since he went to a bigger program, I've got to give it to The Rock.
Who would win if this was possible to have this match? Stunning Steve Austin or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Man, I don't think Stunning Steve would have a chance. You know, he's got a few scientific skills, a little bit of a chain wrestler. But when you look at the brutality and the brawling style and the finished product, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin, the will to succeed, the desire to be number one, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin would have handled Stunning Steve pretty easily.
All right. I love it. Stone Cold, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. It was awesome. The show is great. Twin Cities, check it out. It's called Straight Up Steve Austin, Season 2, Mondays on USA Network. Thanks, Stone Cold.
Thank you.